The last Friday night of the Eras Tour, the last night one in Vancouver.
Welcome to Hits Differently. I'm Ryan, and that's Molly. And you may be wondering why we're not together when we said we were going to be. And that's because I got snowed in, and your girl doesn't have snow tires yet. So making the drive tomorrow.
Fingers crossed that Ryan gets here safely tomorrow so that we can watch nights 2 and 3 together. And you may also be expecting the kind of recap that you've come to look forward to on our channel over the last year. We usually get you caught up on everything that happened for each night on the Eras Tour with clips of Taylor and the crowd. Unfortunately, in case you didn't see my last video, we got copyright strikes this week. Long story short, we will survive, but we did have to remove all of our recap content from our YouTube channel, and it is now going to be on Patreon. If you want to hear more info about this, we will be linking to the video that we did talking about all of it in the description below. We're also going to pop it on the screen right now while I'm talking. We will be posting a Vancouver recap with clips on our Patreon channel, so please go check it out there.
But don't worry, we'll still be posting all of our usual content outside of the recaps right here on this channel, so make sure to subscribe. We're trying to reach 25,000 before the end of the Eras Tour.
All right, so let's talk about Vancouver night 1. To start off, there were signs that there were going to be cameras recording people in the crowd, recording the show, and then we saw cameramen, camera women on stage.
Camera folks. We worked in TV, we swear. Them camera peoples. Well, some of us clowned a little too close to the sun. I don't know if I was alone. I'm going to guess I wasn't. That some people thought, 'cause it's December 6th and the first night of the last weekend of the Eras Tour, that something was going to happen. And it was just a regular old show. But I had this thought. I texted Molly and I was like, you know what happened the last time she filmed?
And
Molly said,
yeah, she released a movie.
We got a movie. And I sent her the palm face emoji and was like, we got 1989 TV. Molly just didn't get it. And she's like, well, she didn't film that night. I was like, exactly. My point being, last time we had the camera crew, it was cameras for 3 days and then back to the usual Eras Tour, and then boom, 1989 TV on the last night of LA. Coincidence? I don't know. Why would she wait for this weekend to record? I'm sure there's many rational reasons. And then Molly said that she thought that they were going to record all 3 nights.
Yes, because the last movies that she's done, like the Reputation Stadium tour that was on Netflix or the 1989 tour that was on Apple, those were all the final nights of those tours. So I guess I always assumed that there would be filming. There's been camera crews following her this whole final leg for the documentary. I wasn't too surprised, but when they were on stage, that's when I was like, wait, is there going to be a movie part 2 that includes Tortured Poets and all these new outfits?
Yes. There is. I don't think they're going to record every night. I think because, you know, you need at least one more night for the sake of, well, I don't even know. I'm like, technically she recorded 3 nights so she could use the best content, intersplice it, so it wasn't like a one-shot thing.
Well, and the other thing was, like, each night in LA, the cameras were in different spots. So she wore the same outfits all 3 nights for continuity so that it would look like the same show, although the humidity was different. So her hair, if you watch the Eras Tour movie that's now on Disney Plus, her hair changes from shot to shot sometimes.
It's a fun game to be like, ooh, different shots, different night.
Things look different. Hair's more straight, hair's more frizzy, whatever. The other thing is that the first night was like tonight, where the camera people were on stage, and the second night they weren't. They were getting like the mid-level shots, and the third night they were getting the wides or whatever. So they were getting different shots every single night, if that makes sense. So maybe we won't see the cameras on stage tomorrow, but they could still be getting footage.
But there's no way she's gonna wear the same outfits for 3 nights. I didn't even think about that part, like that was a big thing. But that made, again, more sense because she had way more days in LA. She had 6 nights in LA, so it made sense to like spread it out. It was also a long time ago, not the last weekend, you know? And so I was like, if she's going to record again, it wouldn't be night 2, because I am still clowning for night 2. We will get to that in a little bit later. the sus thing that happened tonight. Probably the only thing. And then maybe she would record night 3. But again, the whole same outfits, now I'm thrown off.
So one thing that is also interesting to note is that Beyonce's Renaissance Tour movie came out shortly after the Eras Tour movie, and Beyonce's was clearly cut from footage of all different concerts because during the same song, her outfits would change. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I was watching that thinking, oh, that would have kind of been cool, actually. Mm-hmm. Taylor's a little bit of a perfectionist, so I understand why she wanted the Eras Tour movie to look like it had continuity and not like it was filmed over 3 nights. But at this point, I wouldn't mind if we're watching My Tears Ricochet and the dress changes colors. However, I think that the outfit she wore tonight, we might be getting the rest of the weekend. And I'm here for it because I love the golden blue lover bodysuit with the black man jacket. She wore the This Is Not Taylor's version, which is the clowniest red shirt. She wore the red folklore dress, which people clown the most, I feel like, for the red or the green. And then she wore for the 1989 set red and gold.
Or red and yellow. Red, yellow.
Yeah, Taylor
green.
Nation tweeted about it and called it yellow. And I'm like, we all know it was gold for the Chiefs. Come on.
Yeah, but they said yellow because it's an Easter egg, Molly. It's
Is
the
that the sus
stoplight
thing?
theory. It's the stop. No, that's not it. I mean, that I wouldn't really call that sus. That was just me trying to make something to feel better that it wasn't all green.
We're going to play this clip of Ryan and I recording ourselves just in case she came out in one of the unworn 1989 outfit combos. And yeah, just watch. Chiefs colors, baby.
So yeah, one of us felt one way and one felt the other way.
Okay, my thought process was if we're not going to get the outfits we're clowning for, the other one that I would want would be the Chiefs Tavis outfit. And I'm sorry, but she is just such a romantic. I think it's so peak Taylor that she would choose to wear those colors while she's being filmed.
I mean, yes, I did think that was really cute. And look, this isn't me having a on Tavis moment because it's not about that, guys, okay? It's not about that. But I did think it was cute. It's like its own Easter egg that if you know, you know. It's not even about getting the outfits that we're clowning about the last 2 nights, but like, I want to see more stuff. It's the last time we're going to see it. I don't care what it is.
But if she wasn't wearing the unworn outfit combos, it was going to be a repeat of something.
I know, but she can't do the same every night. That's all I'm saying.
All right, well, explain your stoplight theory.
The stoplight theory, in a nutshell, is red, yellow, green. There were theories about the rep bodysuit, how it was red, now it's gold, yellow, and people were theorizing, clowning that it was going to be green. I don't think that's going to happen. I did for like 5 seconds back when the gold came around. But the stoplight theory can apply to other things. So it's like she wore the red, the yellow. So it's like red, yellow, green, which
all
again
green.
We've been clowning for. Debut and rep is green, so it's like could be like a hey, I wanted to get this in the movie / hey, tomorrow you'll get green. This is what I'm telling myself.
I mean, I hope we get green tomorrow. To be clear, yeah, I'm going to contradict myself now because you're right. Out of all I'm fine with all the other outfits repeating, except for, I wasn't even thinking about 1989 and the Tortured Poets 2-piece.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I take it back.
You want white? Also, that's not even the best one.
I don't want white. No, gold and black is the best one that we currently have. I want all gold. So yeah, you're right. I was wrong.
Thank you.
It's late. I wasn't thinking clearly.
Saw it was white and I was like, I'm out. Okay, cross that off the list. Not getting all gold. All right. You can't tell me she's going to finish the last 3 shows with all white. No, I don't
hope that
accept
doesn't
it.
happen. Yeah.
Thank you. No. There's too much at stake. Clowning or not, announcements or not, it's too much.
So after the all white was revealed, which by the way, for a brief moment, I was also clowning that Travis might come on stage, even though he hadn't been seen at the show. It was just, what if? Wrong.
Yeah, when Molly texted me and was like, oh, record yourself. There's a point after Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, there's a 0.5% chance that Travis shows. And I was going to text back and be like, all right, record yourself during Fortnite. There's a 0.5% chance that Post Malone shows. And like low key, that I was clowning more for that. And I was like, I think I should be recording myself. And then I didn't. And then I heard the crowd and it was like the quietest I think I've ever heard. I was like, people get it now.
Yeah, they definitely still cheered.
A little bit.
I was prepping for, the usual recap style content that you guys are used to with all the clips. I was prepping that. And then I heard the cheers and I looked up and I was like, it's Jan. Why are we still doing this?
Yeah, I wasn't even looking at it. It was next to me while I was like doing the dishes or something. And I just knew by the sound. I was like, it's Jan. And then Taylor Nation, it's Jan Malone. I'm like, I swear to God.
They're in on it now. Yeah.
Where are you, Post? Where are you?
Okay, so yes, back to I'll Wait set. What comes right after that? Surprise songs. And man, I've never felt more incorrect in my life. Literally,
Ever.
I thought we thought so hard about these surprise song predictions with Amir that I was so confident, despite Taylor's vast discography, that like one of the songs for one of the nights that we had picked would be included. And literally we struck out on all 4 songs.
Dude, not even in. And like a lot of you guys also commented your own, had some really good ones that we didn't even think about, like Back to December, which I do think is on the table still, but yeah, and no one predicted those. Or maybe you did. And if you did, let us know, because you're a freaking mastermind for real.
Haunted on guitar was fun. We got Haunted as a surprise song in Edinburgh, and I was like, is she gonna play Exile on guitar?
I said the same thing. I was like, Haunted is sus. It's going to be with Exile. I was like, I would love a final Exile moment. And then it was like, no.
No,
it's Wonderland.
So at first when she was like, I had to play Wonderland in Canada, I was like, my brain was short circuiting. I knew I could feel it. I'm like, well, I know what she's referencing, but like, it's not working. And then when she finally got to it, like, I was like, oh.
I was like, is Wonderland based in Vancouver? I was like, what is the connection? I think I literally didn't even get it until I saw Taylor Nation post the AAA with the Canadian flag. And I was like, oh, we're reaching. Okay.
It's like when she should have said NAR, like in Australia.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me think about when Cam did the 1, 2, 3 during I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. He said it just like normally. Like, sometimes it's in another language. And I'm like, that's for the film.
The like ever was normal too. He didn't change it up. He just said like ever. Okay, so Haunted and Wonderland, which by the way, love both those songs, just was totally not expecting it at all. And I also thought it was very fitting that she was wearing that blue-ish purple dress because she sang a Speak Now in a 1989 song. I was like,
yeah. I thought about how we made a joke in our episode with Amir about how like thinking about really sad songs being mashed up with like really upbeat songs. And I was like, she is so jazzed while she's singing Haunted. And it's like not a jazzy song. And she's like, yeah, I'm haunted. And you're like, I mean, I'm just glad that she's good, but it's also just funny.
Yeah, I liked how she wove those songs together in the outro.
The tempo really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always love that with all of the mashups. Like when the final minute, I feel like is always the best part. Then on piano, again, I don't know. I don't think I could have seen it coming. Part of me was kicking myself, like, how didn't I see this coming? Never Grow Up and The Best Day was not on my list. Not on yours. I know it wasn't.
I definitely thought she was going to mash Never Grow Up with Peter again. Because I was like, get a little TTPD song in there. We didn't get any TTPD surprise songs for the film.
Yeah, it seems like she's not going to repeat mashups she's done before. Or maybe this is too small of a sample size for just night one. But they were new mashups, like songs she's played before, but had not mashed them up together. And I at first was a little confused about Never Grew Up and The Best Day. And then as she was playing it, I feel like she was pretty emotional. And I realized not only do I feel like she's kind of speaking to the Eras Tour and the fans, like, never grow up, wish it could stay this way forever. This has been the best, which I thought was a really sweet sentiment. But there are obviously very specific lines in both those songs about her family. And I haven't seen any clips of them actually at the show tonight. We usually do get clips like that. It is really cool. They've been going to all of her shows, pretty much all of them. Her mom, her dad, and Austin, her brother, have been at a lot of them, and there were lines for each of them in those songs. And that's where I feel like she got choked up. And I was like, that is pretty cool on night one to honor her family for like being with her, not just through the Eras Tour, but through this whole freaking journey. And so even though those aren't my favorite songs, I'm like, that's special for them. So I'm happy that they kind of got to have that moment. And I know a lot of people people love Never Grow Up in the Best Day. Ryan and I just happen to be childless millennials. So
yeah, I'm like, there's some moms out there who are crying tonight, you know? We just don't relate. So
we're singing it to our dogs, and that's the best we can do.
The Best Day, it was really sweet. But I also thought when she started playing Best Day, I was like, is she going to throw in Christmas Tree Farm? It would have been perfect.
Oh, you're right. About the family. Yeah.
I grew up in a whatever, wide open spaces, whatever the lyric is. I was like, oh my God, are we going to get Christmas Tree Farm? Because we were all, or sorry, not Molly, Amir and I were clowning about Christmas Tree Farm, which it's not, the weekend's not over, but I was like, this would be perfect.
And I just want to be there tonight.
I mean, I guess the vibe would have changed, and you would have been like, all right, by the way, I'm talking about growing up. I grew up on a Christmas tree farm. Did you know? My heart is a Christmas tree farm.
Imagine it's like, oh my gosh, that would have been good.
I know.
It would have been good.
I know. Alas, we don't make the rules. We just hope that we get it right. And then Taylor says, you know what? Not tonight. And then it was interesting because I think one of the streamer said that now that we'd seen the camera folks all night, it was like, okay, she was like she's like, I should have been thinking going into the surprise songs, like what songs does Taylor want in the film? And that was also interesting because when you think about it that way, again, the Never Grow Up Best Day is really sweet because it's like an homage to her family, all that, especially her mom. And so that's really sweet. But then the Haunted Wonderland, you're like, okay, yeah. I guess if that is what you want in the film, then okay.
Yeah, I mean, Haunted is, I think, a pretty big fan favorite from Speak Now, but Wonderland is a deluxe track from 1989. Yeah. I love it. I think it's a great bop. There are so many songs on 1989 that are core memory songs for a wider audience than Wonderland. So, but I think also it's probably not for a movie. It's probably for a documentary. Maybe the documentary would have a bonus content or something at the end that is the Tortured Poets set. And hopefully the documentary covers them having to add that to the show, which would be cool.
I did think that. I was like, if it was for the documentary, then the movie wouldn't need to be so cumbersome, 3 days. It's like, if you're just using it to intersplice into the documentary, that does kind of make sense. Because it's just enough, has the whole set with Tortured Poets, and that makes sense. She's like, all right, I burn one night, do it for the film. Still don't know why she waited till the last weekend, but okay. And, then she's like, great. 2 more nights to go.
I mean, there's just something special about the last weekend. The final thing to discuss is that during the Midnights era, she'd been counting down.
I can't ever do it as smooth as her. So
I know. How does she have that finger control?
I don't know. She probably practices a lot.
She almost missed the beat this time. She took a little bit longer, but yeah, she did too.
Okay, so my sus thing, which I don't even know what it means, but so she's been doing this countdown for just since the last weekend in Toronto. And so each one, she only went down by one. Why did she start at 4, 4, 3, 2? She went like this
because she was running out of time. If you watch it back, she was about to miss her cue. She was like, ugh, 2.
No way,
Continue
man.
on.
No, that was an intentional 4. So she reduced by 2. Just saying. Once again.
I think it's because it's hard to do.
No, it's not. You just go like this. It's not very hard.
Well, yeah, I don't know why she didn't just do this.
Or whatever direction she does.
Except when I'm on TV.
Or...
Yeah, why didn't she just do that?
Exactly, Molly. Molly doesn't see the signs. 2 is the common number. It ties to everything, okay? So she deduced by 2. This whole other time, she's deduced by 1. Why? 4, 2. 4 plus 2 equals 6.
4 plus 2 equals 6.
Just saying.
All right, well, we'll see what happens tomorrow when we're both together.
So if she did 4, 3, 2, tomorrow she would do 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
All right. That has to be where we leave you.
Come on.
Ryan will keep clowning forever. And now it's 3
I only have 2 more nights to clown. I mean, obviously, if nothing happens, I will definitely keep clowning. But these are the last Aerosaur shows, guys. So gotta Everything means something and nothing at all.
All right. Well, everyone wish Ryan good luck in her travels. It'll be Ryan versus the snow tomorrow to get here. And hopefully we'll be together watching nights 2 and 3. Make sure to subscribe to our channel if you are not subscribed. And if you want to see the recap with video clips from night 1 in Vancouver, that will be available on our Patreon at some point on Saturday, December 7th, probably the day you're watching this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.